then, well, let's come on over. We'll stand up at the top of our mat and take a big roll out through the shoulders. Couple of big deep breaths in. And a little tuck under the tailbone, draw the belly in. Taking another 2 big deep breaths in here. Take a little rock backwards and forwards on the feet. And then inhale, lift the arms on up overhead, and then exhale, take a nice little fold forward. Beautiful. Take a little ragdoll here, maybe a little sway side to side. Maybe a little nod of the head, yes and no. And then release the hands on down to the mat and stepping back on the right leg. Beautiful. Drop that right knee down and then inhale, lifting on up. Take a nice little stretch through the hip flexors. Beautiful. And then exhale, bring the hands on down to the mat, straighten out the front leg, maybe bring the toes up into the air. Beautiful, and then roll the hands forward, lifting on up again. Take a little baby back bend. You may choose to bring the hands down behind the head if that's accessible, opening through the shoulders. And then we'll take one more lean forward as we release that, bring the hands down to the mat.
Straight-legged front.
Straight-ish, so as long as you're feeling a stretch through the back of your leg. And then walk the hands on forward. Bring them to the inside of that front leg. So bend that front leg. Walk the toes out to the diagonal slightly. So the toes might come off your mat. Sink the hips forward into a little dragon lunge. So we change up the angle of that lunge. And then maybe take the hips around in a little circle here. Little side to side maybe. And then coming on back to center, stepping that front left foot back to all fours. We'll take a little round of cat-cow here. So inhale, looking up, and then exhale to round through. Beautiful. Inhale to look up, and then exhale, rounding through. That's it. Inhale, looking up, and then exhale to round through. Beautiful. Inhale, looking up. Exhale to round through. That's it. Inhale, looking up. And exhale to round through. Last one here. Coming back to a neutral spine. Tuck the toes under. Maybe pushing back up to a down dog. Keep a little mini bend in the elbows. Take a little pedal out through the feet. Stretch through the back of the legs. And then coming back to center, sink the heels down towards the mat. Maybe a little bend in the knees if that feels good. Take a little wiggle out through the butt if that feels good. Coming back to center again. And then this time lifting up to tiptoes. We step right leg forward. So give it a helping hand if you need. And we'll come on up to a lunge. Beautiful. Taking another breath or two here. Maybe a little bob up and down. And then exhale, bring the hands on down to the mat. Stepping that left leg forward. Take a halfway lift and fold. Beautiful. Release the hands, sinking into a chair pose. Beautiful. Take another breath or two here. And then exhale, bring the hands on down to the mat. Take a little fold forward. Taking a halfway lift and release. Nice work. Take a little ragdoll here, maybe a little sway from side to side. Beautiful. Nice work. And then rolling all the way up to stand. Beautiful. Take a little roll out through the shoulders. And then inhale, lifting on all the way up. And then exhale, folding forward again. Taking a halfway lift. And release it down to the mat. We step our left leg back this time. Back nice and long. And drop that knee down towards the floor. Inhale to lift on up. That's it. Nice work. Take another breath or two here. And then exhale, sink the hands on down, straightening through that front leg to whatever degree is comfortable, feeling a stretch through the back of that front leg. That's it, one or two more breaths here. And then inhale, rolling forward, lifting on up through the arms. Maybe take that little back bend, maybe bring the hands down behind the head if that feels okay. Beautiful, one more breath here, and then exhale, bring the hands on down, one more stretch through the back of that front leg. And then inhale, lifting on up again. This time bring the hands down to the mat, heel toe, or bring that front foot out to the diagonal and sinking on down into that lizard lunge. Take a little side to side. Little circle through the hips here. And then releasing here, stepping that front leg back and rolling into a high plank on the knees. So bring the body weight forward, setting yourself up, brace the core slightly here. So make sure you're working through the core. And then exhale, lower on down to the mat. So bending the elbows, little nice steady push up or lower down. And then inhale, roll the shoulders back, cobra. Exhale to lower. Let's go one more. Inhale, cobra. And then exhale to lower. Beautiful. Plant the hands down, tuck the toes. We push back to down dog here. So take a little pedal out through the feet. So I'm coming back to center. Beautiful, and then inhale, lifting up to tiptoes. Bring that left knee forward, step it through, give it a helping hand if you need. And then inhale, lifting on all the way up. Beautiful, take another little bob up and down if that feels good. Beautiful, and hands coming on down to the mat, stepping forward. Beautiful, take a halfway lift and release it down to the mat. Take a nice long forward fold here. And release the hands on down to the mat, slowly rolling all the way up to stand. Take a little roll out when we arrive. Open the hands out to the front, coming into our Tadasana or mountain pose. Then inhale, lift the arms on up, and then exhale, take a fold forward. Release the hands here, sinking the hips into a chair pose. Beautiful. Take the tailbone under slightly, draw the core in, and then bring the hands to the heart center. We're going to twist towards our right. So left elbow comes towards the right knee, either tapping it on top or bring it to the outside, or you can open your wings out, open the arms if that helps. Taking whatever option works best for you. Take another breath here. And then if we can, slowly bring the weight into the right leg, lift the left leg up and step that left leg all the way back into a twisted lunge. Beautiful. From here, we're going to lift on all the way up, drop the back heel down, warrior one. Beautiful, hands come down behind the back, open through the chest, and then exhale, take a little fold forward. Beautiful, inhale, lift on all the way up, open out, warrior two, working through that front leg nice and strongly. Take another breath or two here, flip that front palm, reverse. And then exhale, coming back to center, lifting up that back arm, lifting up the back heel. That front leg's working by now. And then, now comes the challenge, taking warrior three. You can bring the hands to the heart center or hands back behind. You can have the back toe tapped on the floor if you need. Inhale, slowly lift on all the way up. Lift that front knee up and then wrap it around and give yourself a hug. Right arm under left. Beautiful. Inhale, lift on up and release. Give those legs a little bit of a shake out. Awesome. Inhale, arms to lift on up. Exhale to fold. Taking a halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Release the hands, sinking into that chair pose. Beautiful. From here, hands to heart center, belly in, tailbone tucks under. We twist towards our left this time. Open it out if you like. That's it, bring the weight into the left leg, lift that right leg up, push it back, step it back into that twisted lunge. Take a moment here. Beautiful, inhale, lift on up, warrior one, drop the back heel down. Beautiful, hands come down behind, inhale, open through the chest, and then exhale, take that fold forward. Beautiful, take another breath or two here. Inhale, lift on up, open out, warrior two. Beautiful, we take another breath or two here. Flip that front palm, reverse. Exhale, coming back to center. Windmill it all the way around. Lift on up through that back heel. And we take our warrior three. Lift on up and float. Hands can come to heart center or back behind. Remember the tap of the back toe if you need it to. Take another breath or two here. And then inhale, lifting on all the way up, working through that standing leg. Cross it on over. Give yourself a hug. That's it. Inhale to lift. And release. Beautiful. Take a moment here. Let those legs settle. Beautiful. Inhale, arms to rise on all the way up. And then exhale, folding. Inhale, take a halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Beautiful. This time release the hands, sinking into our chair pose. We're going to mix it on up a little bit this time. Hands to heart center. And then twisting towards the right. Beautiful. From here, core on. Lift the left leg up. Stepping it all the way back as steady as we can. Inhale, lift on up. Warrior one, drop the back heel down. That's it, hands come down behind and sink to our humble warrior. Beautiful, inhale, lifting on up, rotate around, flip and reverse. Coming back to center, inhale to lift, warrior three. Beautiful, take another breath or two here. Beautiful, from here, inhale, lifting on up. Cross those legs over. Give yourself a hug. Then inhale to lift it on up. We mix it up. Send that left leg back. Tap the toes on the way if you need. And hands come down to the mat. So we're in this lunge position. From here, we're going to twist it open. Right arm comes up, twist towards the front leg. Release that hand down to the mat. Stepping it back, we take a flow. So high to low plank. Use the knees if you need. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Take your pick. Exhale, back through to down dog. Take another breath or two here. That's it. Walk, step or float the feet forward to the front of the mat. Taking a halfway lift and fold. Inhale, rising all the way up. Bring the hands to the heart center and take a moment. Or two or three. Inhale, lift the arms on up. And then exhale, folding. Taking a halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Beautiful, hands come up. Sink the hips on down. Beautiful, lifting on up. Bring the hands to heart center. Twist towards our left. Keep the knees nice and level. Open out. Beautiful, that's it. Take another breath here. Inhale, lift that right leg up. Stepping it on back, nice and controlled. Twisted lunge. Beautiful. Inhale to lift, crescent. Drop the back heel down, warrior one. Beautiful. Hands come down behind. Open the chest. Fold it, folding forward, humble warrior. Take another breath or two here. Inhale, lifting on up, opening out. Warrior two. Nice long arms. Flip that front palm, reverse. Coming back to center. Windmill it all the way around. Back hand comes up, lift the back heel. And then we fly into warrior three. Hands might come to heart center. Tap the toes down if you need. Take another breath or two. Inhale to lift on up. Stork pose. Cross that right leg over. Give yourself a hug. And then inhale to lift. I've got the wobble, step it back. Beautiful. Bring the hands on down. Take a little twist towards that front left leg. Open the left arm up. Exhale, release that hand down to the mat. Step it back. High to low plank. Use your knees if you need. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, back through to down dog. Beautiful. Take a breath or two here. And then walk, step or float to the front of the mat. That's it. Nice work. Take a halfway lift. And fold. Inhale to lift all the way up and bring our hands to heart center. Take another breath or two here. That's it. Inhale, arms to rise on up, and then exhale, folding forward. Taking a halfway lift and fold. Release the hands, sinking into our chair pose.
And then exhale, folding. Take that twist towards our right. Stepping it on back, twisted crescent. Inhale to lift. Drop the back heel down, open out, and sinking it on down. Inhale to lift, flip and reverse. Exhale, bring it back to center. Lift the back heel up. Instead of flying this time, we're going to lift that back knee in. So cross it back behind and then lift it back out just to mix it up a little bit. Send it on back, bring the hands down to the mat. And from here, dropping that back knee down and then heel toe this right foot or right ankle across the mat so we come into a pigeon pose. Just to mix it up a little bit. From our little pigeon setup, you can start to fold forward if that feels good. Beautiful, and then lifting on up. Beautiful, from here, sliding it, that leg, right leg back. Coming back to all fours, take a little round of cat-cow. And then pushing on back, up, down, dog. Beautiful, take a little pedal out through the feet and then walk, step or float to the front of the mat. Taking a halfway lift and fold. Inhale to lift all the way up. Bring the hands to the heart center. Beautiful. Inhale, lifting on up and we fold. Beautiful. Release the hands, sinking into our chair pose. Last little round here. Bring the hands to heart center, twisting open towards our left. Beautiful. Sending right leg back. And inhale, lifting on up. Drop the back heel down. Hands open behind the hips. And then folding forward. Beautiful. Inhale, lifting on up. Rotate it all the way around. Flip and reverse. Exhale, release that back heel, bring it on up, aeroplane, hands to heart center, bring that back knee in behind, beautiful, and then sending it on back, dropping that back knee down, hands come down to the mat, and bring that front foot across the mat again, coming into our pigeon pose on the other side. Taking that forward fold. And then sink those hips on down, bring them all the way around to the front. And taking a forward fold here over the legs. Lifting on all the way up and coming into a cross-legged position. Coming up to a nice tall seat and taking a few deep breaths here. Slowly releasing, taking a big roll through the shoulders. Bring the hands to the heart center. And bowing the head, bringing the thumbs to the forehead. Maybe a sigh out. And releasing. Thank you.